Most leadership problems, they don't start with bad strategy or missed KPIs. They start with a side conversation, a little gossip, a vent session that turns into tension, then eventually churn, blame, and chaos. Now, just to be clear, when I say side conversation, I'm not talking about someone going off topic in a meeting. I'm talking about saying something you wouldn't say if that person was in the room. That's how trust breaks. One lunch chat, one Slack message, one eye roll in a Zoom call at a time. If you ever lost a day or a team member because of a passive-aggressive energy or drama that went too far, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the exact 6-step framework I teach founders and leadership teams to name the tension, clear the air, and rebuild a culture of speed, trust, and alignment. Let's get into it. And here's the thing, as your team grows, gossip doesn't show up in your P&L. It shows up in slow execution, quiet resentment, and projects that stall out with no clear reason why. And by the time you notice it, it's already baked into your culture. You know what I mean by those side conversations? The offhand comment, the vent session, the just blowing off steam when someone's not in the room. At first, it feels harmless, but then no one trusts anyone. Now you're not just building a company, you're managing egos and playing Slack, what's up, and mediating drama. Take an entrepreneur I'm working with. He purchased his agency about a year ago. By the time we started working together, culture had drifted. Clients were walking, deadlines were soft, the team was tired, worn down by subtle tension no one was naming. Now, just a few weeks of us working together, he shifted how he communicates. He's using the 6-step clearing framework, along with a few other tools we've layered in. And the difference? It's showing up in how his team talks, aligns, and executes. That's why this matters. Now listen, there are 2 beliefs I hear all the time, and both of them create chaos later on. Myth 1, we're small, culture can wait. Wrong. By your 5th hire, culture is no longer something you build, it's something you tolerate. One founder I work with had just acquired a team with years of gossip already baked in. They weren't bad people, they just thought venting was normal. That was their culture, and by the time you tried to shift it, it felt like it was trying to fix the foundation with the house already built. Set the tone early or spend the next 18 months undoing it. Myth 2. Venting builds friendships, not even close. Might feel like bonding in the moment, but it slowly breeds mistrust. I've seen brilliant engineers tank team trust just by how they talk about coworkers behind the scenes. I've seen whole teams mock someone's hygiene instead of having one clear, uncomfortable, but kind conversation. That's not connection, that's corrosion. And it compounds until your best people either shut down or walk. Before we jump into the full framework, here's how you kill drama before it even starts. I teach founders 3 levels of practice. Level 1 is about personal hygiene. Check yourself. If you wouldn't say it to the person's face, don't say it at all. If you catch yourself in mid-story, mid-vent, mid-dig, just pause. Reframe or jot it down and save it for a proper clearing later. You'd be surprised how often we're the ones feeding the drama. Level 2, boundary setting. Don't be the listener. Someone starts gossiping to you about another team member, drop this line. Hey, have you talked to them directly about it? That one sentence, it stops the loop. No listener, no game. You don't have to fix it, just don't fuel it. Level 3, clear it. Have the conversation. If the tension's real, don't let it sit. Use the clearing framework I'm about to walk you through. This is what replaces gossip with alignment. It actually makes you feel clean after a hard conversation. So here's the shift. You don't kill gossip by shutting people down. Kill it by giving them a better option. A simple, structured way to clear tension. Directly, respectfully, and without drama. This is the 6-step clearing framework I help leadership teams install across their organizations. You can use it with your co-founder, your executive team, even your partner. Here's how it works. Step 1, facts. Start with just the facts. No story, no emotion, no interpretation. You said the proposal would be ready for Friday. Came on Monday. We call this the camera test. What would a camera have picked up? Keep it clean, check your tone, and keep it neutral. Step 2, feelings. Now share how it landed for you. Not what they made you feel, what you felt. I felt frustrated, or I was anxious, or simply, I'm disappointed. Own your emotions. Not you made me feel, but I felt. I was. Most leaders skip this part, but it's what makes the clearing human. It softens the edge, it brings presence into the conversation. Step 3, impact. Next, name the ripple effect. I had to push the pitch to next week, and I had to reschedule with the client. You're not blaming, you're helping them understand how this affected the bigger picture. Just connect the dots. Step 4, ownership. Now here's where conscious leadership lives. You take responsibility for your part, even if it's small. I could have followed up on Thursday when I didn't hear anything. I assumed instead of checking in. This isn't about being the hero. It's about modeling maturity. When you take ownership, you create a space for the other person to meet you with the same energy. Step 5, request. Now make a clear ask, something specific that supports alignment going forward. Can we agree that updates go out 24 hours before any external deadlines? Next time, can you flag any delay immediately? Don't hint, don't expect them to guess, be clear. You're not just clearing the past, you're setting up a better future. Step 6, mirror. This is where the magic happens. If the person you're clearing with knows the framework, they reflect back what they heard. So what I'm hearing is you felt frustrated about the delay and you're asking for earlier updates going forward. Did I get that right? This is what makes people feel seen and safe. They're not just waiting to talk, they're showing you they understood. If they don't know the framework, you can simply say, would you be open to reflecting back what you heard, just so I know I was clear? If they say no, that's okay. You can close with, thanks for listening. I know that was a lot, no pressure. A bonus power move, is there more? Now this is the jujitsu move of conscious leadership. If you want to go deeper after mirroring back what you heard, ask, is there more? Then again, is there more? And again, until they're complete. Let them empty the tank. This question is a superpower. It's not about catching them being wrong. It's about helping them feel fully expressed. You're choosing to focus on the relationship you want to build, not winning a point. Because sometimes the most powerful part of a clearing isn't what you say. It's what the other person finally feels safe enough to share. All right, you got the framework, but what actually changes when you lead this way? Because here's the thing, this isn't just about feeling better. When you reduce drama and lead with clarity, performance improves. First up, let's talk about speed. When your team trusts each other, they move faster, less second guessing, fewer follow-ups, and cleaner execution. Research supports this. A 2016 meta-analysis of over 7,000 teams found that trust directly improves speed and performance, especially when collaboration is high. Now let's zoom out, because this doesn't just stay inside the team. When communication is clean internally, your clients feel it. Better handoffs, more consistency, less friction. And that shows up in your NPS scores, your referrals, and the general vibe clients feel when they work with you. And finally, this one might be the most underrated lever of all. High-trust cultures attract great people. When your team feels safe and clear, they naturally bring in friends, former colleagues, and other A players. You stop relying on job boards, and you start growing through referrals, because people actually want their friends to experience what you've built. Toxic teams repel, clear teams pull talent in. So that's how you kill gossip, clear the air, and start leading with more presence and less noise. You don't need a team offsite. You don't need a rebrand. You just need one real conversation done well. Do that consistently, and your culture starts to shift. Your team gets faster, the tension drops, and the business gets lighter to run. Most people ignore this until it's too late. But if you're willing to lean in now, before the blow up, before the churn, before trust breaks, you give yourself an edge most founders never touch. That's the work, that's the difference, and that's what leadership actually looks like.